Good evening. How is everybody doing this evening? I'm Ann with Whimsically Nutted, and welcome to my page and this creative evening. Looking forward to create with y'all. Let me pull you up on my iPad real quick. I gotta find us. My settings have changed, which is not surprising. So give me just a second to find where we are. I think I found us. Sometimes I'm as surprised as you are. Did you guys have a good week so far? I've got my phone backwards, so I'm relying on my iPad to show me comments, and I'm hoping that they will scroll. If not, I'm going to have to keep touching it to refresh it so that I will see comments. And I know this looks a little bit distorted because of it being backwards, but I will flip us down here in a minute and hopefully it won't be as bad. This is an almost 10 by 10. It's a 10 by 9.8 pallet board from Michaels. It has this little hanger already on there, and we were going to use that to create some fun coastal, a fun coastal piece. We're going to use stencils and transfers, and this is from the new collection. The stencil we are using tonight is the, what is it called? It is called Sea Turtle Courage. You can never cross the ocean until you have the courage to lose sight of the shore. And we will use just the words only. And the transfers we are using out of the Under the Sea, the one that has the gold metallic in there, and I just think these are so gorgeous. And that's where I based my coloring on. Let me move you over a little bit right here. I picked out the colors out of these, turn that around, out of these transfers. I picked Desert Turquoise, Green Lagoon, Perfect Perry, that's a beautiful color, and Paradise Green. And I think these match really well with the colors of the transfer, and I love that mermaid tail. So that's what we will be using tonight. Each slat is going to be in a different color, and our words will be in Venetian gold. Let's get started, y'all. Real quick, the complete coastal bundle and the stencil bundle are almost sold out. When I looked just a few minutes ago, there were only 3 left. The Wisdom from a Sea Turtle, or Wisdom from a Turtle, yeah, Sea Turtle, this one is almost sold out. There are only 3 left. And I love this one. This is one of my favorites. I love this one. And the other one that is almost sold out, there's only 18 left, is Come Follow Me and I Will Make You Fishers of Men, Matthew 4:19. And my other favorite, it's still in stock, is We Have This Hope as an Anchor for the Soul, Hebrews 6:19. That one is still available, and it didn't tell me how many were left. So do not wait too long. And my thought was this one, the Fishers of Men, would be great for Father's Day with the Gone Fishing transfers. Look at all these, the boat and all the things on here, the fish and the net. And hey Maggie, how are you? Isn't it? I love that one. That is one of my favorites. And I'm glad you ordered it because it is almost sold out. So I just wanted to mention those. But let's get started. Can you guys see good? I want to make sure everything is good. And this is the order that we're going to put them. It took me forever to figure out the order I want to lay these out. And I am going to start with this one because I'm going to use the same paintbrush, and you can go from light to dark with the same paintbrush. So I am going to start with this one. And then go to this one. And see how they are similar. They complement each other so well. And I'm just going to use a 1.5 inch chip brush. Nothing special. And I just loaded my chip brush, and I am not going to go all the way to the end. I want to leave a little bit on the ends. If it mixes in the other side, I'm okay with that. But I want to leave a little bit of darkness on the ends. I'm going to dry that, and I'm going to apply another coat because I want it a little bit more. Thank you, Maggie. Hanging in there. How's your hubby doing? And I know what you mean, hanging in there. It is a tough job being a caregiver. I know we do it because we love our hubbies, but it is definitely a lot. So my hat's off to all the caregivers out there. You guys are amazing. I'm going to turn this around. And again, I don't want it to go all the way to the end. This is what I want. I want it to fade out towards the end. I want enough color on there to cover, but not too much to cover all the brown at the end. Our chip brush is losing its bristles. And for those of you that may not know, I am an ambassador with Essential Stencil, and I'm excited to be part of that team. I'm going to leave that the way it is for right now. I am going to switch to the other color. I just put it in the wrong spot. Oh, man. Well, I was supposed to put that one right there. So I'm going to have to switch my color scheme. Well. Okay, I got that one there. Alrighty. We'll just switch it up. I'm going to put that one on the bottom. Yeah, sometimes I wonder about myself. What can I say? After I said that's what I wanted the colors to be. And see, since this one is darker, I can use that same brush. And paint the bottom. And these are all Deco Art colors. I did not sand the board. I probably should have sanded it a little bit to prep it better. And I'm going to go ahead and dry that and then use the second coat. Thank you. Still has this pick line. Oh my goodness, 83, happy birthday. Wow. That is so amazing. My mom was 96 when she passed away. 96. Yeah, I think she was 96. That is so awesome. And see, after I dried it, how much soaked in. Hey, Donna! You didn't recognize me? My hair is a little bit dark. You can tell by my voice, though. Oh, yeah, that's Ian. I recognize that crazy voice. I'm so glad you guys are able to hop on and have some fun. I don't know if you've seen the post, but I will be on the Essential Stencil page on, I will be on my page, but they're going to put me on the Essentials page as well. Sunday, May 17th at 2 Central. And then I will also be on the Stencil Soul Sisters page at 4 Central. So I'll be on twice on Sunday. You get twice the goodness, double the goodness, double the craziness. That's what I should say. Double the craziness. So I'm excited. On the Essential Stencil page, there'll be several presenters, and it'll be 30-minute slots. I think they are starting at 11, but don't hold me to it. I'll have to look at the time again. And I'm just excited to be a part of it. So that just makes my heart happy. And I will tell you these colors here in just a moment again. Well, this color is really soaking into this board. This board is no different than the other board above it. This color is sure soaking in. And again, I am not worried about if it goes into the other field or if it is straight on here. I just want to create a fun background for our stencils and the transfers. It looks good to me. I already got a white laying out, so if I have brushes that I might need to use again, I'm folded in a triangle, put my brush in, fold it over, and lay it to the side so it can stay moist in case I need to use it again. Thank you. I picked the colors out of this transfer set. I matched them up the best I could with that transfer set. That's where my color scheme came from. And I don't know if you were on here when I was saying that the stencils, and I know coastal is not everybody's jam, but there are some in there that are not coastal that you can use for every day, or you can use it for Father's Day. The Coastal Complete Collection, the transfer and stencil bundle, the whole thing, there's only 3 left. Oh, well, when I came on. The stencil set, there's only 3 left. And the Wisdom of a Turtle, or of a Sea Turtle, this one, there was only 3 left. And then the Fishers of Men, or Matthew 4:19, that one is only 18 left. So, and this one is just the smaller chip brush. So make sure you grab them while you can. And again, I know that that is not everybody's jam, and I understand that. I mean, if you're living in the mountains, you know, coastal is not your cup of tea. But I know of someone that is living in Missouri and they are selling coastal. And I live in the middle of North Carolina, or Piedmont of North Carolina, and I have a room, a guest room and a bathroom that is semi-coastal, that has lighthouses and seashell lamps and the lighthouse shower curtain. So it has a beachy coastal feel. It has pictures of boats. So just because people don't live at the coast doesn't mean that. And see how that soaked in after I dried that? It doesn't mean that, you know, you cannot create coastal. And I am just trying to get you inspired to use different surfaces for different things like this. I have to take the stencil and break it up in order for it to fit on here. But I'm perfectly okay with that. And see, this is what we have so far. Just looks really pretty. It's windy out there. It was nice today. It was 72. Tomorrow's going to be like 76, and then we're going to hit 80s and 90s. And I am just going to rub this off as much as I can, because I am going to use the same brush for my purple. If a little blue shows in it, it'll be okay. It will not be the end of the world with this coastal collection, I promise. And this is Perfect Perry. So the top one is Desert Turquoise. The second slat is Green Lagoon. This one is Perfect Perry. And the bottom one is Paradise Green. And all of those are Deco Art colors. I was thinking about doing metallics. But if I do metallics, it's windy there too and hot. Coastal is refreshing. Yeah, I like coastal too. I just think it's, you know, what your preference is. I mean, why can you not bring the beach to you if you're living in the Rocky Mountains? Gosh, look how pretty that color is. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. I love that. If I wanted it to be more vibrant, I would have put white under it first. But I didn't want it vibrant. I wanted it a muted color. And again, I am not going all the way to the end. Some of them I'm further to the end, some of them aren't. Again, I'm going to dry it because it will soak in a little bit. Our words will be in Venetian gold, and I think that will look really good on here. We might have to do a couple of coats. I had a bristle right there. So as long as you don't, if you're going to use the same brush, as long as you don't go from dark to light, you will be fine. Like I said, I even used my blue brush on here and it was fine. Bristles, bristles, bristles. Put that in here as well. And I just like the way it fades out at the end. And then we can decide if we want to add more to the sides. And this is what we have right now. I just think that's pretty. Those brushes are amazing. I bought a big bundle at Amazon. It had a half, 1 inch, 1.5 inch, and a 2 inch. I think. Yes. It was a big old set. And I love it. I am going to dry this really good because now we are going to put our stencil on, and then we're going to add our transfers. If I need to repeat any of the colors, let me know. And again, I invite you to come hang out with me on Sunday. I normally do not go live on Sundays because we have our family time. But when I'm invited into a group, I make an exception. And both the Stencil Soul Sisters and Essential Stencil invited me, and I gladly accept. I'm just going to go over it real light. Just to get the bristles off. Well, our faux pas and mixing the colors up turned out pretty good after all. Now you're probably going to wonder, how on earth is she going to get, what size is this? The 12 by 12 stencil on a, my apron was falling, on a 10 by 10 board. I'm going to show you. I am going to put "You Can Never" on the very top, but I am pulling it down to where "Until You Have" is on the second slat, almost at the bottom. And I have to lift this up a little bit to see if I've got this straight. And I will tell you, we will lose a little bit. The R is going to go over the T and the H. Part of it is going to be in that crack, and part of that N is going to be in the crack, but it will be okay. We are not going to do the bottom. So I am going to take my tape and tape that off. And we're taping this off. And we are pretty close because the E goes all the way to the end and then the T goes all the way to the end. So I know we are pretty good straight on. I am going to use the Venetian gold for the lettering because there's gold sparkles. Do I clean and reuse my brushes, my chip brushes? Yeah, until they get really cruddy. I'm a frugal person. I try to clean and reuse. And the reason why I decided to use the gold, because the transfers have that gold flecks in there. So I thought that gold would look really good. Normally I would put a color under it that is similar to the gold in order to get the gold to be more, I don't want to say bright, but to be more, what's the word? I am going to put a piece of tape down here so I will not move my stencil. I still have too much paint on here. Normally I would put a color under it so that the gold will show up better. And I'm using a 3/4 inch brush. I normally prefer my 2 smaller ones, but I'll be honest, I have not washed my brushes, and I didn't want to open up a new pack. Actually, my brushes are downstairs. I am very, very light pressure, just doing 1 coat, and I'm only going to right here. I am not going past here. That's why I also put that tape down, so I will remember not to go past. And this saying would be a good reminder to help you, or to help a child. See, sometimes you have to lose sight of the shore. You have to have the courage to try something new, to go on a new adventure, to do something different. You can never cross the ocean until you have the courage to lose sight of the shore. This will be a good motivational quote for a child to, or a teenager, to kind of see that, you know, sometimes you're going to have to get courage in order to do something. You have to do things scared. We have to lose sight of the shore in order to grow. So I think this is a wonderful saying. This will be really pretty in a child's room. But this will also be really pretty at your entryway, or even in the bathroom when you're getting ready in the morning and you look and you read this, to give you the courage for the day, because sometimes the world is a little scary out there. And we'll need that extra courage. I am just going to pounce a little bit to give it a little bit of, I don't want to say distressing, that's not the word, texture. Texture is the word. This looks amazing already. Look at this, guys. I hope the camera picks it up good. I love that. You can never cross the ocean until you have, and see, you can still read it even though it is broke up. I'm going to dry that and do the other part. Thank you for the hearts, ladies. I appreciate that. Hey, Miss Sherry. I am too frugal. I'm glad I'm not the only one. Yeah, you can use them. There's nothing wrong with using them. Thank you, Donna. Hey, Donna. If I haven't said hey, I apologize. Like I said, I've got my phone backwards, so I've got to refresh on my iPad. It is not refreshing. Oh my gosh, this is going to be so pretty. I'm so excited. And we're not doing the turtles down here. Before you lay your stencil down, make sure your backside is clean. I have a little bit of bleed right here where it was laying on the crack right there. And when you pull your tape off, don't just jerk it off. I'm always afraid when I see somebody pulling it really fast that they will break a bridge. Like these little bridges on the O right there, you can break that if you pull your tape up too fast. So just be cautious. All right, now I am going to do the Courage to Lose is going to be on a line all on its own. Hopefully it will be straight. I've got to look and see where my, it is hard to see where my slat is. Okay, that looks pretty straight. And I've got a little bit here. Trying to see how much room I have, but then I get, yep, I think I'm good because I've got the G that I got to watch out for and the TH right there, so I am good. Same thing, I am going to take this off because I don't want to accidentally paint this. I'm going to get another piece of tape and tape the bottom down. And another tip, you can also do this, as you see it laying here, you could have done a solid background, maybe not on the slats, right, like this, but you could have done a solid background on a piece, and then use those 4 colors and ombre that. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines. So you could have ombre that down. That would have been really cool to do. All right, let's get some more gold in our brush. I need to tape one more spot right there. Otherwise, I will transfer that down. Tip from Miss Bonnie, put your little bread tab on here, and that way you always have your beginning. Just going to put my finger right there so I won't miss this. So I won't paint it, not miss it. I want to miss it. For those of you that might have joined a little late, or for those of you that are watching the replay, and in case you are fast forwarding, you might not have heard, but 2 of the bundles, the complete bundle and the stencil bundle, are almost sold out. There were only 3 left when I looked. If you're interested and they are sold out, put yourself on the wait list. And I always try to wait a moment before I go back over it with my brush. Put yourself on the wait list if you want them to restock it. Don't know if they will restock it, but you can always put yourself on the list. They will notify you if it is being restocked, or when it is available. Swirl right, swirl left. Make sure you get it in all the little nooks and crannies. Oh, I love that. I just love this. I don't know how paint got on there. And now I have nothing on the back side. Now we're going to do side of the shore. And I can use this as my guide as far as putting it in the middle. Need to come down a little bit. I'm looking to see to make sure that I've got it semi-straight. I probably had some paint on my tape, and that's what transferred down to the okay, gotta get a little bit more paint. Hey Miss Bonnie, hey Cindy. How is everybody doing? I'm so glad that you hopped on. For those of you that just hopped on, I will be on Sunday twice. You got to see me twice on Sunday. I will be on the Stencil Soul Sisters page and on my page on Sunday, May 17th at 4 Central. And I will be on my page and the Essential Stencil page on the same day, May 17th, which is Sunday, at 2 o'clock. On the Essential Stencil page, it will be, I've got one of my hairs stuck on here. On the Essential Stencil page, it would be 30-minute segments. So you get to interact with me for only 30 minutes. And there will be other ambassadors as well. I will post who all is going to be on there. And let's see. Of course, the Stencil Soul Sisters, I will be on for an hour. And I appreciate both groups to invite me. And I am so tickled that I am able to participate. Especially on the Essential Stencil page. I appreciate that so much. Whoops. I about threw that. We're going to dry it and we're going to add some amazing transfers. And if you guys wouldn't mind sprinkling out the whimsy, I would appreciate that so much. And see, all we used from here was the words. We did not use the bottom part, which there's nothing wrong with the bottom part. It is beautiful. If we had a bigger board, we could have used turtles out of the other sets. And I've got a little bit of bleed right here. So I'm just going to take my little tool. I just got a little excited. And scrape that off. I'm gonna, I probably didn't offload good enough. I'm gonna go ahead and dry this. 30 minutes is not enough time. Is not much time. It is not. I'm just gonna do one small quick thing, but it is just wonderful to just be able to be part of it and just create a small little shelf sitter tag, you know, something little. And just to show you, you don't have to spend a lot of time on something. You can just do a real quick thing if you don't have much time. Got a little gold right here. That's why I always put my brushes up, so if I need them, I can get them out and help some of the things that need to be helped out. All right, this is what we have so far. See, it looks aged, but bright, and I don't know, I love that gold. It's just really pretty. And you can still read it even though it is broken up right there. And these are my transfers that I cut out that I want to add in here. And we'll see what we can get on here. Might need to put this big one up here. This little seashell has been falling off, so I'm hoping that this little seashell is going to behave. I'll go ahead and put him on here, because we know that this is dry because we done that a little while ago. Now the board is a little rigid, so make sure that you go in and out really good, up and down, because it's got all the ridges, so that your transfer will adhere well. Now I want to say thank you guys for your support, for your encouragement, for sprinkling out the whimsy, for hanging out. You guys encourage me so much, and it just makes my heart happy when I'm able to come on here and interact with you guys. Now look at that. Does that not look good on here with the colors that we chose? And that's why I wanted to try to show you how to color match. Look how pretty that is. Let me see, I wonder. I'm going to take it off and see which side I want to put this on. I'm going to hold it by the part where there is no paint. And I'm just going to hold it to see if I want it right there, or if I want it right here. I think I'm going to put it right here. I think I want it right there. And these will wrap around, about that wrap around. If you want them to wrap around the edge. And when I saw these transfers, I immediately thought about a kid's room, because you know, my granddaughter is 4, and I just could see her having this in her room, because she loves mermaids, and of course the Disney princesses, and that would just be so her. Another thing that you could do with these transfers, you could make a little journal. Or she loves coloring and painting. You could make a little painting journal and put that on the cover. That would be a fun gift. And you can do the same thing for, I know we just had Mother's Day, but we could do that for Mom, or birthday, sister, anniversary, or whatever you want to call it. You can make a little journal with a little pen. Maybe you could find one that is in mermaid colors and give that as a gift to where they can journal. Or maybe a little calendar, like a little book calendar, and add that on the cover. So many things that you can use these. Just wanted to throw out some ideas for you. I've got so many things floating in my head, what you can use these for. something else. I've got this little seashell. And I've got the bubbles. I wanted at least 3 or 5. So like, what do you guys think? You can add that one right there, and add that one. That'll be 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We would need a 5th one. Or should we just leave it at 3? And if we leave it at 3, should we do this one or this one? The shell or the bubbles? I cannot talk. Thank you. I appreciate that. 3, that's what I was thinking, because it'd be too crowded if we put more on there. I'm looking to see if there's anything else on here. We've got a starfish. Okay, seashell, bubbles, or should we get the starfish? Shell. I just like that little shell over here at the bottom. Make sure. Everybody all right with 3 and shell? Uh-oh, Miss Maggie said starfish. If you haven't ordered and you're interested in ordering, don't forget your brushes or your burnishing tools. A little scraper, that's what I call them. A little transfer tool. And I will be honored if you use my code WK21. You can use that on anything. You can use it on sales items. You can use it on collections, bundles, anything at Essential Stencil. Do you guys think that's enough? And I'm sorry, Maggie, we didn't do the starfish. This thing that looks so pretty. Those colors in that just matches up so perfectly. It just makes my heart happy. And if we add a starfish, I guess we could put a starfish here and then put I don't have that much room to add anything. Could add a couple of bubbles down at the bottom and add a starfish. But I don't want to overclutter it. I agree. I think 3 is plenty because then it gets too much. I am gonna sand over this roof. Sand, yeah. Use my sanding block. Because this raises the grains, and I just want to make sure everything is smooth. And when I put a polyacrylic coat over top, it will seal this in, and it will make it even more sparkly. And see, now it is ready for an entryway, a bathroom, a child's room, anywhere where you need encouragement, where you need to find courage to lose sight of the shore. You know, you can never cross the ocean until you have the courage to lose sight of the shore. In order to have courage, we gotta lose sight of the shore. That is all I had for you today. Do you want to see any of the transfers or stencils, anything? I really love this one to go together with the Father's Day. To me, it's a Father's Day one. To put it together with this one. And I wanted to show you something. You can add that one on a board like this, but I wanted to see if that boat would fit. We've got 9 minutes. And if you are not getting notification, do ! notify, and you should receive notifications. I'm missing Miss Sherry today, the other Sherry. Hope she's okay. You see how gorgeous these are? I mean, these are just beautiful. I wanted to see if that boat would fit on here. Because what you can do is, I just want to show you what you can do real quick. That way you have some inspiration of losing sight of the shore, get inspired and try different surfaces and different things. And a small sign like this would be awesome for a man cave, a Father's Day, or to hang in the study. And we can take some more elements out and see the boat will fit down here. We could add the boat. Don't mind the colors right now. And then we can take this and make a mess. Always fold it in. That is the easiest way to get your stencil out. You can do Come Follow Me on the first slat. And I will make you fishers the second slat. Of Men on the third slat. You can use the birds and you can use this boat and it will all fit on here. And you can even spread the words out. You can do one line over here, move the other line over there, and the other line over here. And then you can add elements. You can add a little fishing rod on the side. You can add the little lure. Let's see, there's another little lure. You can hang him off of one of these lines. Let's see, what do we have on here? We have another little lure. We have a little bit of grass. We can put a little bit of grass down at the bottom. The eye in fishers, you can use a fish to make the eye. Measure it and then pick out what fish you could use. Like maybe this one you could add in here. You might have to space the F out a little bit and put a fish in here. This one looks like it might be a good size to fit in there. So many ideas, so many things. I just hope I can inspire you to try new things, to have the courage to lose sight of the shore. All right, ladies, I am going to let you go. I wanted to give you some insights, the the scoop on what is being sold out and what's available. And again, my code WK21 will save you a checkout on anything that you get from Essential Stencil. This will be put in my shop on my webpage. It will be available in a couple of days. So if anybody's interested, check out my website. And I have blog posts on there, and I have some of my items that I've created on there. So if there's something that you want to look at, you can also always find the replays on YouTube. So if you've missed something and you want to go back and watch it, or if you want to rewatch something, check out my YouTube channel. You guys have a blessed evening. Oh, we forgot our blessing box. We got to do our blessing box. Got enough time. It is out of Limitations 3:23. Great is his faithfulness. His mercy begin fresh each morning. Great is his faithfulness. His mercies begin afresh each morning. Life is good because God is great. Life is good because God is great. Look at that. That is a perfect verse to end our life today. Great is his faithfulness. The Lord is always faithful. And he has new mercies every morning for us. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. You have a blessed evening. And let me turn you back down so that I can turn this up without being in the way.